Hello to everybody. I am Tina Neary. I am presently a councillor with the town of Portugal, Cove-St. Phillips for this last term. I have been here in Portugal, Cove-St. Phillips since 2012 with my lovely husband Brian and my children, and they've all essentially found their way out of the nest, I think, in the last 4 years, but we're still a pretty busy household. I have education-wise, I have a master's in child development from Ryerson University in Toronto, which is where I originate from. And I have been very busy wearing a number of different hats over my professional career. Why did I end up in politics? Why did I end up running for council the first time and this time around again? I have a lot that I'd like to share. I have a lot that I'd like to engage in. And I've done that a lot throughout my career, but I got to the point where even my voice wasn't being heard very strongly, and I felt that there was a place for me to be able to identify and have opportunity to speak loudly and advocate, and the platform of council has given me the opportunity to do that. That's why I ran the first time. I discovered very quickly, yes indeed, it did give me a place for a voice to represent individuals within my community, and so I loved that opportunity and very much would love the opportunity to continue to do that again. Well, I have the last 4 years of being on council to understand and recognize what it is that it entails as in the role of council. It was all very new to me in the beginning. There are a number of areas that are still relatively new to me that I didn't engage in as much throughout the last 4 years, and certainly would love the opportunity to do so again as we move forward. I also have the last 30 years of experience of just simply working with people, advocating for individuals and their needs in the larger scale of things within my professional world. And I discovered that there's a lot that can be done. My campaign motto, if you will, is, using my voice to ensure that your voice is heard. And that's what I did for the last 4 years, and that's what I would like to continue to do in the next 4 years from the experience that I've gained. I see Portugal Cove-St. Phillips as a community that continues to grow and develop. I see us doing incredible things with continued good solid leadership at the table, at the council table. We have an incredible staff team here that allows us to do what we do and to do it well. I also see us continuing to be a municipality that champions all new initiatives. Outside of the big three, the big cities, we are known in this province for spearheading a number of different things that I myself have had an opportunity to be a part of. We had an opportunity through the federal and provincial level, through ACOA and ICLEI, to work on climate change projects, which I was a big part of. We had an opportunity to be in line with federal regulations regarding wastewater. We've had an opportunity to work with heritage and the environment and inclusion committees, all of those different things that I think we will continue to do that will allow us to continue to grow and prosper. And again, I would love the opportunity to be a part of that and see us in that spot in 10 years' time, doing wonderful things. Because everyone has the right to have a voice. Everyone has the right to be heard. And everyone in this community has something to say, I believe, but they just sometimes don't have the means or resources to do so. And I think everybody has that ability to speak up and be heard and have somebody represent them in doing so. And I like to think that I'm that person. I believe I did a fairly good job of that in the last 4 years. I'd like to continue to do that for the next 4 years and benefit from being able to bring people's voices to the table, get things accomplished. And then going back to the last question, allowing us to continue to be that champion municipality that addresses everything that's necessary. So I need to be doing this. It's what I enjoy. I have enjoyed it immensely, and I hope everybody else has had the opportunity to see that, therefore bring me back to the table on September 28th. I think we have a number of challenges. I think there are more than one. It's hard to focus on just one. If we look at the immediate of what we've been dealing with on a daily basis here in council for the last number of years, it would be the issues with speed, dirt bikes and recreational vehicles. I know we have to address that every day, and that's not to be miserable and take away people's fun. It's just to ensure safety. I think on the larger piece of things, we're looking at keep taxes is going to be a big thing. We have had an opportunity to keep taxes low, reducing them or keeping them at par since this last term. I hope that we are able to continue to do that. The economy might say different, but we'll absolutely be able to continue to keep things in line. Seniors housing is something that I think is a big challenge for us right now. Our senior population shares that with us for sure. But most importantly, they're all challenges. And so that to me is what's so very important, right? Because I like to continue to find those solutions, take those challenges. I'd like to have that continued trust from residents. I think I have had the opportunity to develop that with a number of individuals over the years who have worked closely with me as a councillor in this town. Openness, transparency, honesty, those are all words that we used from the beginning 4 years ago. I believe that myself and my team as a whole was able to address that overall. I'd like to continue to focus on that, having individuals know that they can trust to come forward and that whatever their issues are will be addressed and that they will be brought to the table and they will be considered. I also know that it's my goal to ensure that every resident receives options, not just a no. You apply for a permit, we're not just going to say, no, you can't do that. We're going to say, no, you can't do that, but this is how we can do this. Options. Everybody needs to have options. Everybody needs to receive solid answers. Again, I think the most important issue is what I discussed in the challenges area, but I also think it's going to be important to talk to residents and find out what are these important issues. We've addressed a number of them over the last 4 years. There are more. There will always be challenges and issues, but what's most important is ensuring that people know that when they have an issue, it gets brought to the table. It will be addressed. We will do what's necessary, not just at the municipal level, but we need to be able to eliminate the red tape and bureaucracy from the provincial government as well. And just to share, I've been very fortunate in being elected to the Board of Directors for Municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador as the Avalon Director. So that gives me an extra voice to be able to work on behalf of our community to ensure that things are addressed in a timely fashion and that we don't get lost in the paperwork, under the table. We have things that are discussed that are necessary, and our challenges are all addressed. Because they can. Because they've had the opportunity to see what I have accomplished in the last 4 years. Because they need my voice at the table to help to represent them. And if not to speak on their behalf, but to support them and empower them to be able to speak for themselves. I've really enjoyed my time here in the last 4 years. I really would love the opportunity to continue to grow and develop myself, to continue to face these challenges and issues that we have brought to the table over the last 4 years, the next 4 years, and all of the years thereafter. I want to continue to focus on youth programs. I want to continue to focus on the opportunity for seniors housing. I want to look at the opportunity to engage in the safe use of recreational vehicles and ATVs. I want to look at the need to develop our tourism and economic development. All of these things are what we are going to be faced with, over the next few years, and I certainly want the opportunity to be able to be at the table and be a part of all of that. I've been using my voice professionally for the last 30 plus years working with people. Why would I not want to use that voice right here in my own community with individuals where everything that we decide is going to also benefit me and my family, considering the fact that I too am a resident of this community and only want what's best for everybody. So I really hope to have that opportunity to represent again in Portugal, Cove-St. Phillips, to represent even further within the municipality and as Avalon Director. And I think that together with a good team, I think, again, this community, this municipality, we have the opportunity and the ability to do anything, to achieve anything. We've shown that over the last 4 years. We'll continue to demonstrate such. I just need your help to let me do that. And again, I ask for you to please consider that. On September 28th, when you cast your vote, please consider my name, and I really hope to see you all on September 29th. Thank you.